Hi friends, my name is Jo. Welcome or welcome back to my bookish corner. It is almost June, so we are going to figure out my June TBR. Before we start, grab a drink, get cozy, and let's talk books. Cheers! My drink of choice today is the new iced horchata oat milk shaken espresso from Starbucks. She's not really mixing. Let's try this another way. Oh, that worked. She's officially mixed. I really like the shaken espressos. It feels like they're a good balance of sweet and milky, but not like as much as a latte in a way. So I'm very excited to try this. Let's see. Ooh. So my sister was right. I told her I was gonna try one, and she was like, "Isn't that basic? Like, how is that different from cinnamon dolce?" It does taste very similar, but there's something that's a little bit different, and I can't tell what it is. Definitely cinnamony. That's the main flavor that I'm getting here, but there's a little bit of something else. Well, that is my drink of choice. Let me know in the comments what you are drinking today. Before we get into the book piece, I also just wanted to talk about what I'm excited for in June, and I would love to hear what plans you have coming up if you're doing any travel in June, or even just like the little things that you're really excited for. Personally, our farmers market starts, I think, June 8th. So I'm really excited to go there, get some fresh produce, fresh flowers. Really, just to walk the farmers market is always really fun. So that's something I'm really excited for in June. Also, we have a friend's wedding, so I'm super excited for that in June as well. I think those are the major things. I mean, sunshine, of course, always. Plus, just more reading and all of that. So yeah, leave a comment, let me know what you're looking forward to in June. But of course, if I want to read, I need to figure out what I'm going to be reading. So I've seen a few videos of people doing TBR jars, and I thought that that was such a wonderful idea because I'm so bad at decision making, and so just letting a jar pick for me sounds wonderful. I am giving myself the freedom to veto certain books if I feel like I don't have the mental capacity to read them at this time. So basically, this is my TBR jar. Is she not so adorable? This is a mug that Cam got me a while ago, and I thought it would just be so perfect. So this is my TBR jar. I wrote down all of the books, not including these because these are relatively new to my collection, and so my goal is to read through all of the books that I have on my shelves because I don't have good record of whether I've read them or not. So I wrote all the books that I have on my shelves that I haven't read or aren't part of like a series that I want to do here. So like there are no Jane Austen books in here because I want that to be a separate video. If there are series, I've just put the first book in the series in here instead of putting every book in the series because I'm obviously not going to start in the middle. So this has all the books on my shelf. It doesn't have any from a like mental TBR. It just has the ones that I physically own. I think for June, I'll pick 6 books. And that way, if I pick any series, I can continue reading the series if I feel like it once I finish the TBR. Because I have a lot of series on my shelf, so it would be pretty wild if I pick 6 books and don't get a series. So I think I'm gonna pick 6. So let's pick my first book for June. I can't read that through the camera. Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell. Okay, that is book 1. Do I own that? I didn't think I owned that. I'm gonna have to look on my shelf because I really didn't think I had that book. Book 2 for June. Una Out of Order by Margarita Montemor. Okay. I think I got that one in a book box, so I have not read that one. Let's see. Book 3, The Sea Wolf by Jack London. Interesting. Okay. I have no idea where I got that one. It has been sitting on my shelf for a long time and I don't think I've ever read it. This is going to be an interesting month. The Glass Sentence by S.E. Grove. I can't even picture this book. I have no idea what book that is. This will be fun. I'm gonna go to my bookshelves after I finish picking and pull all of these off, and we'll see what we've got. All right. Let's see, we've got 2 more. So second to last. A Northern Light by Jennifer Donnelly. I think I can picture that one, but I think that's also been on my shelf for a long time. This is fun. I still haven't gotten a series. Interesting. Okay, we have one more, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we have one more. Okay. Dragon Rider by Cornelia Funk. Okay, I think that one might be children's, so that should be very fun after like Seawolf or something like that. So this is going to go on my TBR shelf, which is actually just full of bookmarks right now because I gathered all my bookmarks up and I don't know where I want to put them yet. So we are going to go get these off of my bookshelves and then we'll talk through what these books are about. Books are obtained. We have a very wide variety here. Oops, I just knocked the whole stack over. So, The Dragon Rider by Cornelia Funk. We'll talk about that one first. Let's see, it says, with Ben and Sorrel on board, Firedrake sets out in search of the mythical place where dragons can live in peace forever. Along the way, the 3 friends encounter fantastic creatures, surprising courage, and one ruthless villain determined to end their quest. Only a secret destiny can save the dragons in this enchanting adventure about the true meaning of home. So it sounds like they're going on an adventure to find a place that is safe for dragons. And it does look like children's, but one of the reviews says marvelous stuff for dreaming adventurers of any age. So I would love to say that I'm a dreaming adventurer. So I think that this will be very fun. It's definitely a little bit of a thick book, but the font looks pretty widely spaced. There are pictures. I think that this will be a fun, quick read, very children's fantasy, which I really love. That's where I got into fantasy was, yes, some Lord of the Rings, but also like Ranger's Apprentice and Fablehaven and the children's fantasy and Magic Treehouse, like things like that. So I do love this genre and it holds a very nostalgic place in my heart. This I actually have because one of my friends, when he was moving, offered to let me pick through his library and take some of his books because he couldn't bring them all with him because he was moving to a different state. So this is actually, I think, one of his. Doesn't have his name on it, but I think this is one of his. So if he does ever move back, I have held these in the case that he wants them back, but I will be reading this one in June. Next we have A Northern Light by Jennifer Donnelly. Looks like it is historical fiction set in 1906. 16-year-old Maddie Goki has big dreams but little hope of seeing them come true. Desperate for money, she takes a job at the Glenmore, where hotel guest Grace Brown asks her to burn a bundle of secret letters. But when Grace's drowned body is fished from the lake, Maddie discovers the letters reveal the grim truth behind a murder. This astonishing novel weaves romance, history, and a murder mystery into something moving, real, and wholly original. Okay, that sounds very interesting. I have been getting a little bit more into mysteries, so this should be really fun to read. Set in 1906, I like historical fiction. I'm very curious about this one. It should be interesting to read. Mystery is very different from children's fantasy, so We've definitely got a good mix of genres here, which I am excited about. Next, we have The Glass Sentence by S.E. Grove, which, looking at the back, looks like this is part of a series. The Glass Sentence, Map Makers, Book 1 by S.E. Grove. So it sounds like this one is historic fantasy, set in 1891, but a century prior, the Great Disruption threw all of the continents into different time periods, from prehistory to the far future. In this new world, map-making has become a fine art, a mixture of both science and magic. And it sounds like our main character is kind of living with her uncle, who is a famous cartologer. Oh, and then the uncle gets kidnapped. Okay, and she is safeguarding a map that reveals the single greatest treasure in the world. So this is also adventure, seems like a little more dense than Dragon Rider, it looks like, but still should be a pretty quick read for me, I think. Then we have Una Out of Order by Margarita Montemor, which I think is another more adult book. New Year's Eve 1982, at the stroke of midnight, Una Lockhart will turn 19. As the countdown begins, Una faints and awakens 32 years in the future in her 51-year-old body. Una learns that each passing year she will leap to another age at random. Interesting. Okay. I think I got this in a book box or something like that. I started reading it but wasn't a huge fan at the time. So I will be curious what my thoughts are as I read it this time. Then we have The Sea Wolf by Jack London. I'm not entirely sure where I got this, but I do like this copy. It's a very pretty, like, classic looking book. And even though I should, or I feel like I should, I don't actually know what The Sea Wolf is about. I'm assuming it has something to do with a sailor or boats. I don't know the synopsis of this book, and because I only have this hardcover, there isn't any, like, summary, which is kind of fun going into it not knowing. So I am excited for this one. A little nervous because sometimes these kinds of books can be pretty dense for me to get through. I usually can, but it can take me a while just because there's not enough intrigue for me to want to pick it up all the time. So we'll see how this goes. I do think that I will feel good knowing I have read it once I finish it. I'm very curious about how this one's gonna go. So The Sea Wolf, Jack London, I'm excited about. I know that this has come up in quite a few Jeopardy questions when I've been watching Jeopardy, so I will be more prepared for my theoretical Jeopardy experience if I read The Sea Wolf. Finally, we have Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell, which again, I am a little ashamed to say I don't think I actually know what this book is about. I just know that it's Civil War. Beautiful, spoiled, scheming Scarlett, daughter of a wealthy Georgia plantation owner, arrives at womanhood just as the Civil War sweeps away the only life she knows. After surviving the fiery destruction of Atlanta, she returns to the family plantation and struggles desperately to save her home from both the Union Army and carpetbaggers. Loved by many men, Scarlett sets her heart on taking her first love, Ashley Wilkes, from his gentle wife, yet she is irresistibly drawn to Rhett Butler, a handsome blockade runner now wresting a fortune from the ruins of the war. Her feeling for Rhett is a strange mixture of hatred and strong physical attraction, sharpened by her unwilling recognition that they are very much alike. Gone with the Wind is rich in authentic color and excitement filled with memorable men and women. Okay, I think it's classified as, like, contemporary fiction. Sounds like very focused on relationships and romance. This one's very dense. This is a thick book, and that font is small. So this one will take me, let's see, how many? Whoa! Alright, this is 833 pages. Wow. I want to see what the... Ooh, okay. I do also like the hardcover of this book. It's just very classic and pretty. So, this is pretty dense. This might be a good one to read that weekend when I am at the Airbnb for the wedding, because I think it'll be nice to just have some uninterrupted time to move through this. Alright, so those are my 6 books. I am actually pretty shocked at the selection that came out of the TBR jar, because I guess I didn't realize how many books I have. Most of these I was not expecting at all. I have not read any of... the only one that I have started is Una Out of Order, and the rest I have not read at all, which is why I'm doing this, absolutely. I expected at least one series like Artemis Fowl, Ranger's Apprentice, Fablehaven, something like that I've read a million times to come up. But this is a very interesting stack, and I am excited for the TBR this month. Let me know how you pick your monthly reads and what you plan to be reading this month. and I will keep you updated on how these are going as we work through them. Thank you for coming along on the reading journey, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!